touchless hand sanitizer dispensers, and provides commercial laundry services to help minimize employee exposure. Give everyone the confidence they need to keep coming back. Visit Census.com and get ready for the workday.
Do you need an attorney right now? Are you stressed out and depressed because you want a divorce? Are you and your ex fighting over the kids for child custody or child support? Could it be you're not getting the spousal support you need to survive this storm? At the Jag Group Law Office, we hope every family can work through their problems. But if you're unable to resolve your issues, you need an experienced family law attorney, such as attorney Tristan Jaggroup of the Jag Group Law Office. Attorney Tristan Jaggroup is an experienced family law attorney that is highly rated and awarded by other legal entities. He's passionate about meeting the needs of his clients, and he keeps his clients updated. For professional, on-point legal representation, call the Jag Group Law Office, 510-556-4013. That's 510-556-4013. 510-556-4013. Or visit jaggrouplaw.com. That's JAGROOP law.com.
Closing bell on KCBS, sponsored by Personal Capital. Here's Jason.
And Dan, a much better closing bell than the past few, that's for sure. Tech stocks on the bounce back today, led by Tesla and Apple. It was a big help. Dow gained 439 points to 27,940. The NASDAQ, after losing 10% of its value the past three sessions, was up 293 points to 11,141, a nearly 3% gain. And the S&P added 67 points to 33.99. I'll take a closer look at the numbers at 125.
All right, thank you, Jason. Have you been counted? The California census count is rapidly coming to an end. KCBS reporter Tim Ryan tells us some Bay Area counties are doing better than others.
Well, the response rate statewide is just short of 2 out of 3 households. The Bay Area is sporting better numbers. The response in Contra Costa and San Mateo County, 76%, 74% in Alameda County, 77% in San Mateo County, but a disappointing 65% response so far in San Francisco, explains Dinas Katagi, director of California Complete Count.
I would say San Francisco itself is slightly behind their 2010 response rate, but San Mateo and Santa Clara are doing, really well.
Katagi says poorer neighborhoods, including Bayview and Hunters Point, generally have poorer response rates, but even the Presidio, Cow Hollow, and the Marina are coming up short this year.
So that really meant being able to open up questionnaire assistance centers in neighborhoods that were low self-responding. And, unfortunately with the pandemic, we have not been able to do very much in person at all.
Tim Ryan, KCBS.
KCBS News Time 113. This portion of the news sponsored by Star One, named America's #1 credit union 6 years running.
Did you know Geico's now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies? That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? Your dentist to actually believe you?
And you're flossing every day.
Absolutely.
Great. And you're cutting down on your sweets.
Of course.
Wonderful. Then I don't even need to look in there.
Great. See you in 6 months. There's never been a better time to switch to Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th. Limitations apply. Visit geico.com for details. Geico knows there are many reasons why you ride. From the thrill of the revving engine and pure adrenaline of flying down the highway to the confidence of knowing that Geico always has your back with 24/7 access to claim service. But Ari Snyder has one reason in particular.
I had extremely large upper arms. They won't even fit into most shirts. Thankfully, biking really embraces vest culture, so I feel accepted.
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
You ever wonder what that Nike logo is all about? The swoosh? I think I got it figured out. It's the sound all your money makes flying out of your wallet to pay for those things. That's why I wear Skechers. Because Skechers has all the comfort, performance, and style I need for a price that is unbelievably affordable. Look, let's start with comfort. Nobody makes more comfortable, perfectly fitting shoes than Skechers. They've got every fit you could possibly want. Relax fit, wide fit, arch fit, stretch fit. You need a fit, they got a fit. And all with Skechers' exclusive air-cooled memory foam. That's luxurious comfort. But when you think Nike is the only shoe that performs, think again. Athletes win marathons, set world records, and take home trophies with Skechers. Skechers puts the S in winning. Plus, they have incredible style. Whether you work and play and relaxing, they got a shoe that looks amazing. And they're even machine washable, so you can keep them looking good for longer. So if you want to pay an arm and a leg for Nike, just do it. But if you want an amazing pair of shoes for a price you don't need to be a pro athlete to afford, choose Skechers. Find your perfect pair at Skechers.com or wherever stylish shoes are sold.
Coming up on KCBS, how do these smoke-darkened skies affect your internal clock? We'll talk about this in 5 minutes. Sports time now at KCBS.
The head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder, Billy Donovan, is out of a job. This after 5 seasons. OKC losing in 7 games to the favored Houston Rockets in the first round of the playoffs. His contract expired at that time, and the team has just announced that both sides had agreed to the separation. In his first 4 seasons, he averaged 50 wins a campaign, and this season went 44-28. His first season with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, they lost in the Western Finals to the favored Warriors. The next year, without KD, they lost in the first round to the favored Rockets. The next year, with Paul George replacing KD, they lost in the first round to Utah. OKC was a slight favorite. And then last season, with George and Westbrook, they lost in the first round to the favored Portland Trailblazers. Again, this season, without George and without Westbrook, they still had a great season and lost to the favored Rockets. Billy Donovan did a great job in Oklahoma City, but he is out. Boston, Toronto at 3:40 today. The Celtics can wrap up the series at 6 with a win. Clippers versus Denver at 6. LA up 2-1. And Serena Williams advanced to the semifinals of the U.S. Open this morning in 3 sets over Svetlana Pirakova from Bulgaria. At the sports desk, Steve Bitkert, KCBS.
What's the first thing you see when you look at your home? Is it an old, unsightly garage door? Why not replace it? From carriage house doors to glass aluminum and more, R&S Doors has a full line of garage doors to suit anyone's taste and budget. And for the month of September, if you're one of the first 10 callers, you'll receive a free garage door opener when you purchase a premium garage door. Call 800-FIX-A-DOOR. That's 800-FIX-A-DOOR. Or visit rsdoors.com. R&S Doors. Look for the red truck.
At Amtrak, our passengers are our #1 priority. Amtrak's limited bookings on reserved trains ensure space for distancing, strict mask required policy, and enhanced cleaning protocols look to keep you safe. When you're ready to travel, Amtrak is ready for you. Book now at Amtrak.com.
KCBS News Time, 1:18, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes. Let's start with George.
Just checking in now with the California Highway Patrol to see if they've any new incidents to report, and the good news is they don't have any problems that we need to be concerned about. What I'm concerned about is the slow ride to the lower deck of the Bay Bridge, which is backed up through San Francisco now, starting to slow on 101 northbound from before Hospital Curve. And we still have the slow going on the Nimitz Freeway in the northbound direction because of Caltrans sweepers at work in the midday. Currently, they're just north of Fruitvale and High Streets, and traffic has been slowed from 66th on the northbound side. North Bay Drive continues to look good. No problems for 101 northbound through Petaluma. I do see some slowing, though, eastbound on 37 getting toward Atherton. Your next update, 128, the traffic leader, KCBS.
Thank you, George. Let's check in with Mary Lee now, the KPIX 5 Weather Center.
Well, our daytime highs today a little bit cooler compared to yesterday, and much cooler compared to the extreme heat that we had over the holiday weekend. The reason why, we have the smoke and we have a bit of onshore flow, at least along the coast and right around the bay. So with it, temperatures upper 80s to low 90s inland, around the bay, upper 60s to low to mid 70s, and mid 60s for the coast. A spare the air alert that remains in effect because of those hazy and smoky skies. We're going a record 23 days in a row with a spare the air alert for the Bay Area because of our unhealthy air quality. Temperatures dropping down a little bit more for the next couple of days. Hazy, smoky skies will continue, and as we head through the week into next week, we'll be down to seasonal high temperatures.
All right, thank you, Mary. And by the way, that spare the air alert has now been extended through Friday, which will be a record-setting 25th consecutive day. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on KCBS. Most of us found ourselves waking up this morning expecting to see bright daytime skies, only to see a dark, smoky orange haze enveloping the Bay Area. This can be confusing to our mental state and be similar, some say, to a type of depression called SAD, or seasonal affective disorder. For more, we turn to the KCBS Ring Central Newsline and talk with Dr. David Spiegel, director of the Stanford Center on Stress and Health. So, Doctor, I mean, it's been dark for all day. So how can that cause confusion with our internal clocks?
Well, our internal clocks, Dan, are very much driven by light and dark. So when light is on, it suppresses the secretion of melatonin from our pineal gland, and that's a nighttime hormone that tends to slow us down and help us to sleep. And our sleep-wakefulness cycles are very much related to our mood. So if people get depressed, they tend not to sleep well at night. They tend to wake up early in the morning. And what we're feeling is a less than the usually clear distinction between nighttime rest and daytime activity. So you tend to feel a little like you need more sleep, you're somewhat depressed. And some people get a full-blown depression when the photo period, when the light in the day gets shorter. And we're all feeling a bit of that now. I don't think it's going to trigger full-blown depression immediately, but you start to feel a little bit like people who feel depressed.
Well, what about when we go to bed at a normal time tonight? Will it feel later to our bodies? Are we going to wake up tired tomorrow?
Well, I think that's possible, but there's another component to this. It's not just depression, but anxiety, Dan. This is reminding us all of all the things that are out of place now. It's no accident that Rod Serling has this science fiction TV show called The Twilight Zone. It's a reminder that nothing seems to be right on the planet right now. And we remember things by association on networks. And so if one thing is wrong, you start to think about other things that are wrong. So we've got the pandemic. We've got the social discomfort in the country. We've got the political conflict. We've got the firestorms. And it all gets stirred up when one thing that's very palpable and visible is not normal. A lot of things in our lives are not normal now, and we get reminded of that. And that will interfere with sleep as well as our feelings during the day.
So what about tips then for dealing with this? I mean, what do you suggest?
I was talking to one California state employee earlier today, and she said, I want my hair kept on. I think the thing to do is to find the things that do give you comfort and solace, to try and put this in perspective. Not listen all the time to the news about what's happening, just enough to get informed. And do things that provide comfort. You know, do what your grandma told you to do. Eat well, sleep well, and get exercise in some way you can. So that much of our life is abnormal, but not all of us. Control the things you can control.
Okay, real quick before we let you go here. When something like this happens, are we expecting to see an increase in the number of people that may call helplines, even if this is only going to last maybe 2 or 3 days?
Yeah, I think it may, and I think that's a good idea. I think, and particularly because of the enforced social isolation we have with sheltering in place, it's a very good idea to make social contacts, either with people you know and love and care about, or with people who are there to help. Just being able to share some of the discomfort verbally can help normalize a very difficult situation. So it's a good idea to use those resources.
All right, Doctor, thanks for your time this afternoon. That is Dr. David Spiegel, Director of the Stanford Center on Stress and Health 2020, the year that keeps on giving. All right, let's get a money update right now from Jason Brooks.
And Dan, tech stocks bounced back to life after getting roughed up the past 3 sessions, with the NASDAQ falling into correction territory after losing 10% of its value. Tesla rebounded from its worst session ever. Apple also rallied after its market cap dipped below $2 trillion. And that was a big help for the overall market today. The Dow gained 439 points, NASDAQ up 293 points, and the S&P finished higher by 67 points. Shares at Tesla up by 11%, Apple up by 4%. There was disappointing news from AstraZeneca putting its phase 3 trial for its COVID-19 vaccine candidate on hold after a UK participant suffered an adverse reaction. Shares in AstraZeneca, though, not hit that hard despite that news, down by 2%, and a lot of other drug manufacturers also in late-stage trials for COVID-19 vaccine candidates saw their shares rise higher, along with the broader market. On the Money Watch, Jason Brooks, KCBS.
Mortgage rates are at historic lows, so if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Finance.